Imagine living in a world where numbers have personalities, where the number 9 is tall and intimidating, where Wednesday is always blue, and where you can memorize over 22,000 digits of pi by simply walking through a colorful landscape in your mind. This isn't science fiction. This is the extraordinary reality of Daniel Tammet. Daniel was born on January 31st, 1979, a Wednesday. And he knows it was a Wednesday, not because he looked it up, but because the date is blue in his mind, and Wednesdays are always blue, like the number 9, or the sound of loud voices arguing. Daniel is one of fewer than 100 people in the world with what's called Savant Syndrome, an extremely rare condition that gives him almost superhuman mental abilities. But unlike the character Dustin Hoffman played in Rain Man, Daniel can live independently, express himself clearly, and most remarkably, he can explain to us exactly how his incredible mind works. In Daniel's world, every number from 1 to 10,000 has its own unique shape, color, and texture. The number 6? It has almost no distinct image, just a small nothingness. But 9? 9 is large, towering, and quite intimidating. He once described the number 117 to David Letterman as a handsome number. It's tall, it's lanky, a little bit wobbly. This condition is called synesthesia, a neurological phenomenon where the senses get mixed up in the most beautiful way. For Daniel, numbers aren't just abstract concepts. They're living, breathing entities with personalities. When he needs to multiply 53 by 131, here's what happens in his mind. 53 is round, very round, and larger at the bottom. Then you've got 131, which is longer, a little bit like an hourglass, and there's a space that's created in between. That shape is the solution, 6,943. But Daniel's abilities go far beyond mathematics. In 2004, he set a European record by reciting pi to 22,514 digits, a feat that took him over 5 hours. But he wasn't just memorizing random numbers. In his mind, he was taking a leisurely walk through a numerical landscape, where each digit appeared as a familiar shape in a beautiful, flowing scene. And languages? Daniel learned conversational Icelandic in just 1 week for a television documentary. 1 week. He speaks 9 languages fluently and even created his own language called Monty. Daniel Tammet shows us that there are as many ways of experiencing the world as there are minds to perceive it. And sometimes, the most extraordinary insights come from the most unexpected places, like seeing the number 89 as falling snow, or finding beauty in the mathematical constant pi. In a world that often values conformity, Daniel Tammet reminds us that our differences aren't just something to tolerate, they're something to celebrate. After all, it's precisely because his mind works differently that we can glimpse the extraordinary landscapes that numbers create. And maybe, just maybe, see our own world a little more colorfully. This is part of our Superhuman series. Next episode, we're covering Kim Peek, the real-life Rain Man who could read 2 pages simultaneously, one with each eye. If you want to see that, subscribe. And if this one got you thinking, drop a comment. See you next time.